Ludovic the Ralph Eternalist is the newest Graveborn unit added to AFK Journey, and in today's video we'll run through his skills analysis, potential combos, team building, as well as discuss the modes in which he excels in to let you guys have a better understanding of this new unit. Now let us first start with the skills analysis. Ludovic is a support character that deals magical damage with a 6 tile attack range. His ultimate Eternal Serenity allows him to generate a few of Everblooms, which is a very important part of his kit. So this bloom is able to heal up teammates in the AoE as well as deal damage to enemies standing within the AoE as well. So the dealing damage part will be explained later, but for the healing part, this few will heal a lot and will actually wither once all the healing amount is used up, but will be able to regenerate itself through its own passive as well as the other skills to provide a long sustained healing in battle. Ludovic is also able to actively move the field around to provide healing for the team no matter which position they are at, and even when the field is in the withered state, making this skill a very powerful part of his kit as well as an important part about his kit to build on. To further amplify his field ability, his second skill, Live Reverse Bloom, allows his field to absorb HP from the enemies to restore nutrients, and Ludovic is able to hurl Everblooms at the enemy with the highest accumulated damage to increase his DPS slightly. His third skill, Adderall Blooms, allows him to move the field nearest to the weakest ally to heal the ally while absorbing HP from the nearest enemy to restore the nutrients of the field. So these two skills in tandem amplifies the ability of the field by providing more nutrients for healing as well as more damage from the HP absorption as well as the hurling of the Everbloom ability. To conclude his skill set, he is able to deal damage with his EX weapon as ephemeral berries are produced whenever his field absorbs HP. These berries explode to heal allies while damaging enemies in the process. His Supreme Plus skill adds an additional layer of control to his kit as enemies will be stunned should they enter the Everbloom field. When you combine all his abilities together, we can tell that his Everbloom field is the strongest part of his kit and also the most flexible part, because even if Ludovic should be controlled by the enemies, he can still function because the field is independent from the unit. So this field is able to deal damage, is able to heal the teammate as well as stun the enemies should they be standing on it, and this makes Ludovic a very dynamic healer in the team, offering multiple team options. Moving on, we will talk about some of the potential partners with Ludovic, and we will start off with one of the best tanks in the game, Torrent. So Torrent is able to tank on the front line while damage absorbing for Ludovic to keep him alive longer, to heal more for the team as well as heal Torrent up, forming a cycle in the faction itself. At the same time, the additional sustain that Ludovic can provide for Torrent allows Torrent to soak up even more damage and retaliate devastating damage numbers with his ultimate itself, making it a very scary combo. Another perfect partner to Ludovic is Talin, the latest celestial hero. While Talin burns her own health to unleash devastating attacks and bolster your team's healing, Ludovic's skill can efficiently heal Talin up whenever she dips into critical health, ensuring that she can sustain her ultimate as well as continue to heal your team up with her second skill itself. Lastly, you can further amplify the survivability on your team by running 2 healers, making Ludovic an extremely good partner together with other healers like the likes of Smokey, like the likes of Hewin, as well as the likes of Damien as well. Building on the potential partners mentioned earlier, here are some team building ideas for you guys basing around the core of Ludovic. So the first one, we will be building on Talin, Torrent as well as Ludovic, where we will use these 3 units as the core of the team as we include other units to further back this team up. We can include the likes of Hewin or Damien for additional heals, as well as the likes of Cecilia, Arden or Carolina for additional control for the team. Alternatively, you can group these 3 units with Mauler units like Smokey and Coco to form the Mauler Graveborn team. And since Ludovic is just an incredible healer on his own, you can even consider building a full Graveborn team consisting of Cecilia, Ludovic, Torrent, Igor as well as Carolina. Ludovic is not only an incredible healer, he is also able to deal a fair amount of damage through his Fuse Absorption abilities. Hence, this special trait of his makes him a relatively good Dream Realm character, as he acts both as a healer as well as a damage dealer for the team. Not only that, he's also the only AoE healer in the Graveborn faction, which makes him incredible in terms of the Graveborn Legend Trial Tower. From a PvP perspective, Ludovic is also in a good position with a few gimmicks up his sleeve. Firstly, he's immune to the first few seconds when he's placing his Everbloom Field, making repositioning abilities or control abilities less effective against him. At the same time, his large front-end healing is also incredible against burst damage teams, as he is able to quickly heal up his team at the start of battle after receiving the first wave of damage. He is also an incredible target to take up control effects from confining spell or even stuns from the enemies, as his main source of damage or his healing comes from the Everbloom Field, which works independently from the unit, so it's not hindered even when Ludovic is controlled by stun effect or even confining spell. That's it for this Ludovic video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye guys!